From Usmania. Which year? Third year students. So, right.
Good morning, everyone. We're presenting a case on infant with ventricular fibrillation and its management in pediatric emergency room. Presenting complaints. A 3-month-old female infant was brought to the hospital with the complaints of poor feeding since 2 days, respiratory distress since 1 day, groaning and grunting since 1 day, sweating and shortness of breath since 1 day. History of present illness. The baby was apparently asymptomatic 1 day ago. Shortness of breath was sudden in onset and gradually increased to severe extent. It was also present at rest. There is history of perspiration on feeding since 1 day. There is no history of fever, cold, cough, vomiting, fits, abdominal distension, or bluish discoloration of skin or mucosa. Antenatal history is not significant. The mother was immunized. She had no infections, diabetes mellitus, or hypertension during pregnancy. Natal history, the baby was born as the second twin, delivered by C-section. The baby cried at birth and weighed 2.3 kgs. Postnatal history is not significant. The baby was breastfed immediately at birth. Growth was normal. On admission, the baby weighed 6.4 kgs. Immunization history, the baby was immunized till date. Feeding history, the baby was exclusively breastfed. There were no similar complaints in the past or history of any infections or prior surgeries. Family history, the baby was born out of non-consanguineous marriage. During the first pregnancy, the male baby died on the first day due to undetermined cause. There is no history of similar complaints running in the family, and there is no known history of congenital abnormalities, miscarriages, and stillbirth.
Be a bit louder. Keep the mic nearer. Be a bit louder so that it will be audible to all. Right.
On examination, the baby was sick-looking and with sunken eyes. Pedal edema was present. There was groaning, chest distractions, and nasal flaring. There was increased sweating. The limbs were cold and clammy, and peripheral pulses were absent. The baby was drowsy, and then it turned unresponsive in the next few minutes. The vital data, the heart rate was very fast on manual counting, and on monitor it showed 240 beats per minute. The respiratory rate too was high, it was 72 times per minute, and later it deteriorated to apnea. The pulses were not felt, BP was not recordable. Oxygen saturation was 60% in room air and did not improve on oxygen supplementation. Investigations were done. A 12-lead ECG was done. Bizarre chaotic cardiac activity was seen in lead 2. This is suggestive of ventricular fibrillation. However, in a few chest leads, there was resemblance to a wide QRS activity, which suggests ventricular tachycardia. There's a probable diagnosis of an infant with ventricular fibrillation. Management of the case, activate the emergency room services. Oxygen supply was started. The baby was attached to defibrillator and a 15 joules DC shock was delivered. CPR was performed, 15 chest compressions for every 2 ventilations on the self-inflating bag. This was done for 2 minutes, but the rhythm did not convert. The IV line could not be accessed, thus an intraosseous route was established in the right upper tibia. Then a second DC shock was delivered of 30 joules. Then the baby went into cardiac arrest. After this, the CPR was continued. 0.7 ml of 1 in 10,000 dilution of epinephrine was given. After this, the CPR, shock, and epinephrine sequence was continued for 3 minutes. This is a picture of the baby with intraosseous route. Airway was secured by number 4 endotracheal tube. Then 40 milligrams of amiodarone drip was given in 20 ml of normal saline, as the rhythm did not convert only by defibrillation. 2 normal saline boluses were given. Totally, the baby received 8 shocks and 6 epinephrine injections along with CPR. Unfortunately, the baby could not be revived. This is the conversion of the ECG showing a conversion from ventricular fibrillation to ventricular tachycardia after defibrillation. I like to summarize by saying, in ventricular fibrillation, the electrical activity is characterized by chaotic depolarization of the cells throughout the ventricular myocardium. VF is very rare in pediatric population, but however, whenever it occurs, it is due to degeneration of a malignant arrhythmia which is already present, such as VT. Usually, VF is preceded by VT in 80% of the cases. The etiology of ventricular fibrillation may be due to congenital heart defects, myocarditis, or congenital coronary artery anomalies, or pre-existent primary arrhythmias such as long QT syndrome, catecholamine-sensitive polymorphic VT, or maybe due to channelopathy and unknown toxins. The main precipitating factors for cardiac arrest may be respiratory or circulatory causes, but also main cause of them would be sudden cardiac arrhythmias. We see that the survival rate of babies due to cardiopulmonary arrest is much lower compared to respiratory arrest. Thus, I would like to conclude by saying that though primary cardiac arrest is rare in children, it needs to be recognized early, and with appropriate treatment, rescue is possible. Thank you, sir.
Asya. So, presented a rare case, rather we come across very rarely in pediatric population. Maybe that may be the reason for their presentation also, rarity. Okay. The thing is, what is you said the ventricular fibrillation is unusual in children. Can you tell what is the common type of arrhythmia we come across in pediatric practice? Usual common arrhythmia we come across in pediatric cardiological practice.
Ventricular tachycardia is very common.
Ventricular tachycardia is more common. See, she made out a very important point. When it comes to the cardiorespiratory arrest, the causes of respiratory outnumber cardiac causes in cardiorespiratory arrest is in the pediatric population. That is very, very important, because it speaks of potential reversibility, where the chance of survival for a child